that we have enabled on the platform is a good way of identifying unique and orthogonal signals. So when you are creating your alphas, if you are neutralizing your alphas to one of the six things that sit on the platform, you can neutralize to reversion and momentum. You can neutralize using statistical model, which is equinox. You can neutralize to fast risk factors, slow risk factors, and some other combinations of those. When you do that, the kind of alphas that are getting produced are adding value to non-neutralized alphas to those factors. So a stronger focus on that will help produce different kinds of signals for your pool and for the whole brain pool. Why is it important for your pool? In the last Grandmaster, Master, and Genius allocations, we identified that some of you consultants were able to drive your Genius level based on the combo that you are producing. So initially we used to just create a combo as world quant and see what is the after cost performances. But now you have more control on that. And based on that, a few consultants were able to change their genius level because we were not able to get the best value out of your alphas, but you were able to present to us what is the best after cost combo we can produce from your signals. So that was fantastic. And that is why I'm sharing that utilizing or creating more risk neutral alphas could add value in strengthening your own alpha pool. And as of right now, in Brain's production pool, now this is another thing that you should know. When you are producing alphas, we have already created maybe a couple million alphas from the submissions that you've made in the last 2+ years since Brain is live. But we do not accept all the alphas that you are submitting in production. A large percent of that alpha does not go into production. Only 90% of it, only 10% of it goes into production. The rest 90 continues to get evaluated to see if it adds value or not. So as of right now, in real production, only 13% of risk managed alphas are in production. The rest 87% are other categories. So there is a huge room to grow that part of the production pool to strengthen the whole production pool of Brain 2. So it would be great if you are focusing on that. The another thing is global. Global is also continues to be a very value adding universe for Brain. And because global has all the universes in it, all the regions in it, so we can actually take that alpha to utilize it in US, Europe, Asia, or other places where it has the stocks present. So please focus on global, risk neutral. And we are also noticing that because it is easy to produce alphas in Asia, which all of you notice too, we are seeing that alphas in global are getting fitted to your Asia universe only. For that reason, we launched this country level performances in global so that we are not fitting to Asia only. And we've also, sharing it as a fact, the cost of trading in Asia is much higher than it is in Europe and US. So when you're fitting your global alphas to Asia, then the after cost performance of those signals is not as great. So when you're doing your research, one thing you can do is to focus a little on making sure that a big part of your performance in global is not getting derived from Asia. Even when you're creating Asia specific alphas, you have to be more careful that you don't fit your performance towards stocks which have much higher costs of trading. And for that, some tools have been introduced in the Asia region, which helps you control those exposures. This will help you improve the overall after cost performance of your signals. So today I'll not go longer on the research side. So this is maybe some of the highlight. Overall, things are looking good. All of us seem to be able to take it in a good direction. And I'm excited about the multiple rewards that we are going to announce today. 2 competition winners will be announced today. And in addition, we were also reviewing the applications. Like I think over 1,000 of you submitted an application to participate in the IQC finals, which is happening towards the end of this month. And We very carefully reviewed all the applications. The brain team made final recommendations on which 12 consultants will be joining us. And we have identified consultants using multiple criteria. So we will be going through that later in the presentation today. But I'm very excited to meet some of you later this month as well. And hopefully, the selected consultants will bring back their feedback to all of us so that we can feel what it felt like to be at an IQC final. So I'm looking forward to the flow of the webinar today, and thank you again to all of you to continuously work with us and contribute good product. I can tell you that the product is making good progress and we have to continue to stay on this path. Aviral, over to you.
Thank you, Nitish. So with those, let's look at the snapshot of where WorldQuant Brain is at. It's a remarkable global community with nearly 10,000 consultants across 17 countries and a 266,000 user base. Weekly engagement shows around 5,200 unique people signing in and 3,600 consultants who are submitting. We are now going to be launching the 8th consultant competition for this year. In terms of community activity throughout the globe, you can see we have had a lot of activity, especially around the Path to Genius series. So regional participation has been strong across Kenya, India, Taiwan, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand, to name a few. There have been specialized workshops on alpha creation, research automation, and Python. Looking ahead, we're excited about the upcoming Quantum Leap series in Kenya, regional meetups for grandmasters and masters in India, and a hackathon workshop in Taiwan. There are many more events already happening, and I'm sure you would be in touch with your local team to understand what the calendar is. With this, let's go into the opportunities that Nitish has mentioned. And for that, I'd like to invite Anant. Over to you.
Thanks, Aviral. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you go to the next slide?
Next slide. Can you see stats of global alphas, or you want to go to the next one?
No. Yes, this the stats of global alpha. Yes. Okay, so let's start by reviewing the last contest that we did, which is global alpha competition. On the left, you can see combo results of a subset of alphas that were submitted as a part of this competition. Kudos to the community for achieving a before cost Sharpe of 4 across more than 2 years of history and a returns of 8%. Just a side note, 5 new datasets were also opened up for consultants irrespective of genius level. So that's another benefit that you got as a part of this competition. Now, what was a lesson learned from this? We analyzed the distribution of country level performance across the 3 major regions that we have in global. And what we observe is that USA or Americas has the lowest average ISIR, while Asia has the highest. This is understandable to some extent, as Asian markets might be less efficient, so it's easier to get higher performance on the same idea. But these regions are also illiquid, as Nitish said. Higher before cost performance that you see in your alphas in IS does not necessarily lead to higher PNL. At some point in the near future, we may have some tests on the platform to keep you more informed about this, but it would be good if you can incorporate these insights in your day-to-day research. Focus on alphas that have good performance in USA and equal distribution of performance in other regions. These alphas are very liquid, and these alphas will contribute more towards PNL. They will most likely get picked for production. They will most likely get higher weight. So these alphas will boost all your scores to a greater extent as well. So focus on the USA performance of your global alphas. Next slide, please. Okay. I do not see the next slide. Maybe there's a lag.
Can you see it now?
I can see it now. Yes. Now, why are these lessons learned important for us? Because as we move to the next competition, global continues to be the focus. The next competition is MAPC 2025 with focus on global alphas that are orthogonal to risk factors. So this has three components. The focus continues to be on global for cross-region diversity, and all the standard tests that we have had on global apply as usual. Risk factors are important to ensure orthogonality of the pool. So we are bringing it back into the focus for global region. We have 6 factor models available on the platform, all with their own pros and cons. We have statistical models which are very unique. We have crowding models that let you know if you are driving or your alpha from the factors that are most crowded, and etc. So all of these risk factors will help you create a very orthogonal pool. The more orthogonal your alphas are, the more weight they will get in portfolios, the more likely they are to get selected for production as well. So good win for all. And we are also focusing on signal strength, which is why we will be focusing on non-pure power pool alphas. So you could have an alpha that is both atom and power pool. You could have an alpha that is regular, but not alphas that are only power pool, because signal strength in orthogonal direction is the focus of this competition. On the right, you can see the stipend pool with the first prize being at $3,000 and the total stipend pool standing at 30K. Next slide, please. Next, we move on to dataset diversity and start by talking about the 81 new datasets that we launched for consultants recently. As you can see, the highest category comes from other, followed by price, volume, model. These are all very popular data categories on the platform, and we are hoping to increase the diversity of the alphas through this. As a first step, you may want to explore ideas that you have already submitted on the platform on a similar new data set. Brain Labs is an important feature to explore these data sets. So do make full utilization of these 81 new data sets that are now at your disposal. Next slide, please. In line with the new data sets being released, with focus on the second pillar of the pool, which is diversity, we have the data utilization theme. This will run for 4 weeks starting 5th September. What this brings in is that we have identified data sets where there is mismatch in utilization. These are rich data sets where we don't have enough pure signal submissions, and these data sets have been identified at regional level. Throughout the theme, a multiplier of 2x will be applicable. We have a total of 66 data sets within the scope of this theme. The whole region cross data set tuple, we have 126, with highest coming in from USA, followed by Europe, Asia, and global. The focus here is diversity, and best diversity comes from pure signals. So only atoms would be eligible for this theme. Now, how do you best utilize this theme? What are the tips for success? Stick to ideas that are specific to dataset. Each dataset has a few quirks, specific kind of information. So while you should leverage alpha ideas that you have already submitted in the past, you should also dive deeper into the documentation and explanation of various fields available, which are specific to these underutilized datasets. The more specific you get in your alpha, the more uncorrelated it will be, and the greater will be the value add at combo level. Focus on purity. Don't mix signals. Atoms already have ladder made non-mandatory. So make sure each signal comes from one unique idea, and these unique pure signals will end up getting more weight and will boost all your scores as well. Fully leverage the brain labs functionality that we have now. We have a good enough uh, community actively using the brain labs feature to dive deeper into the data sets. This couldn't be more relevant for this theme. So do fully leverage the visualization tools that are available to you, and identify dataset level quirks and apply those in your alphas. That's it from my side. Back to you, Abdul.
Thank you, Anand. To answer some questions that have been coming in, the eight datasets that have been exposed to all of you, they still have genius level restrictions, which means master level has access to America and Japan, and grandmaster level has access to Hong Kong, Korea, and Taiwan. If you still have any follow-up questions, feel free to write to the support team and we'll get back to you on the access levels for your new data fields. All right, now it's time to announce the winners of the three events. So let me invite Nitish to do the honors. First up, we have the list of the 12 consultants who get a chance to attend the IQC Global Finals in Singapore on the 29th and 30th September. Nitish, over to you. How do you want to do this?
Thank you, Avril. This is very special. I'm very excited that we will be able to meet. So there were 660 applications, so fantastic. So IQC finals this year we had 80,000 participants in the IQC, and I want to thank you all for referring IQC and the Brain program to many of your friends. This is more than double of what we were able to do last year, and this has contributed to thousands of consultants to the community, strengthening the community. So we thought that it makes sense to invite some of you, given how you are contributing towards the growth of this event, to watch it live and share your experience back with the community as well. So you submitted your applications, and then the Brain team reviewed those applications, and we identified 12 individuals who will be invited based on multiple criterias. So I'll be talking a little bit of a detail because it was an interesting exercise to see how much you are accomplishing as a part of being a consultant. So one, we wanted to invite some consultants who are with us for a very long time. The ones who started with us back in the VRC days, which was like 7 8 years ago, and they continue to be with us in the platform on the platform after such long time and are active contributors. The second category is the community leaders. Our country leads and brain researchers, they identified the individuals who are very strong in supporting the growth of brain in their territories, participate in the webinars, and have done fantastic contributions. And then the third category is the rising star. So we want the consultants who started long time ago, but we also wanted to have the consultants who are new rising stars. They just recently joined but are gaining big positions, masters, grandmasters, and some of them are winning competitions very regularly. So we wanted to reward the effort being made, even if you are not with us for a very long time. So I already see the confetti is flowing on the slide. So let's start with the individuals who are with us for a very long time. The first one is Chung Han from Taiwan, from the National Taiwan University, who's been the Grandmaster twice. And in IQC 2023, Chung Han was the third place winner and amongst the top three contributors in Taiwan today. So congratulations, Chung Han. The next one is Jinran Yi, uh, who is a Grandmaster consultant and is an alum of Duke University. Uh, Jinran, she had submitted over 1,500 alphas and has very unique tools that she uses to develop alphas. So a huge research accomplishment. Congrats, Jinran from China. And then we have Neeraj, who has been in the last three iteration Grandmaster twice and is with Brain since VRC and has submitted over 3,000 alphas. Neeraj, congratulations. And finally, we have Tuan from Vietnam. Tuan is a student of Hanoi University, and Tuan is amongst very few individuals who have achieved the Grandmaster levels in all the three quarters, showcasing an exceptional skill and dedication towards his alpha research. So, congratulations, Tuan. This is for the legacy category. The next one is the community leaders. They're consultants who have been great ambassadors both online and offline and volunteering their work to support the growth of the initiatives. So the first name there is Namho. Highest level is Master for Namos from Kayas University in Korea. And he has done fantastic contributions in IQC outreach in the campuses and has served as a brain intern in World Quant Korea office as well. He's run many tutorials, including the consultant tutorial we see on the Brain platform. Namo is a co-author of that whole experience on the platform as well. So congratulations, Namo. Next we have is Philip, who's also a master consultant, and he's studying actuarial science from Kenya's top university of Nairobi. His outreach efforts are expanding Brain's presence in the region. Kenya is the fastest growing region for Brain. We have hundreds of consultants from there in a very short amount of time, and Philip has been a strong contributor in that growth. So thank you, Philip. Next we have is Pirapat from Thailand. Pirapat ranked second in IQC 2025 Thailand finals, and his work is strengthening the presence and expansion of WorldCon Brain in Thailand. Next we have is Sicheng, who's earned a master title for 2 quarters. He loves to mentor fellow consultants, and China has thousands of consultants now. It took us a while to attract more Chinese consultants, but we are very happy that Chinese consultants are now finding a lot of value on the platform. And Sichen has been a great support in the growth of the China region. So these are the community leaders that are being rewarded as decided by the Brain team. So congratulations to all of you as well, and hopefully you will continue to support the program. Next, we have our new consultants who are the rising stars on the platform. The first one is Jishing from Malaysia, and he's ranked number one in the Super Alpha competition. Malaysia is a new territory. We understand how difficult it is when you are amongst the first few consultants to understand the whole ecosystem and build a strong path for yourself and win competitions amongst so many legacy and experienced consultants on the platform. But Jishing did it, so congratulations, G, and welcome. Later this month to the IQC. Next, we have Kui Fang, who's a PhD graduate from King's College in London, has achieved a very high value factor in the first month as a consultant, achieved master level in the second quarter of becoming a consultant, and has taken multiple top positions in various competitions that we have been running on the platform. So there are two more consultants we are about to announce. But before I announce that, I just want to mention, you know, as much as I would like to invite everybody to IQC finals, we have some constraints as well because we are covering all the expenses, but we wanted to ensure that we are rewarding the community from various ways so that the representation is considered. And we hope that these individuals will bring back the experience. And I'm also hoping that as the product grows and becomes more profitable in near future, maybe one day we will organize a consultant summit as well, where everybody would be invited, and I'll be eagerly looking forward to that day when we will enable that. But for today we had to select 12. So before going to the next two names, I do not want anybody here to be disappointed. This is just our attempt to keep you with us as we are building the Brain program. So the next one is Watch. He has been Um, a master level in his first year comes from IIT Bombay, contributing into the growth of Indian territory from the consultant perspective. And the last person is Yen Zhen, who's also a rising star from NTU in Singapore. So, congratulations to all the individuals who've been invited, and thank you everybody for submitting your applications and continuing to be a part of the program. Avril, over to you.
Thank you, Nitish. So these 12 selected from such a large number of applicants based on the strength of their application and their achievements on Brain will be with us for 2 days, looking at the presentations of the IQC finalists, hearing talks by WorldQuant and external speakers, and of course, networking with the Brain and WorldQuant team largely. Next, let's go on to the Global Alpha competition. We have just concluded the competition. We wanted to announce the winners here. This competition was done in two stages, where we had one for new consultants and then one for experienced consultants. In effect, that meant that the stipend pool was double of usual competitions, so the stakes were much higher than usual. This was for the Global Delay 1 alphas, and Nitish would invite you again to do the honors. We will have each rank 1 to 10 appear on the screen.
Oh, is it? Okay, let's do it. So I kind of like what you're doing here, Aviril, like winning these competitions in a community of 10,000 consultants who have been selected out of 260,000 users is not an easy achievement. We should be recognizing these winners, as we are doing today. So I very much enjoy this. Okay, so let's start with the names for the Global Alpha competition. In the first one is Asutosh Mishra from the experienced group and Joshua from the new group. Let's move quickly on this one. Trang Huang and Hanan Mawangi, Wesley David and Kuang Hui Nguyen, Aditya Fageria and Pushya Mitra. And then for the second rank, we also have Ravi Pratap and Eric Mevenda, Miriam Bilham and Pratimesh Dalal. For the rank 3, we have Gideon Negitek. Please excuse me if I spell your names wrong.Egyun Viat Ang as well. Yash Maurya, Snehal Shetya, Naveen Pratap and Dat Bui, Sachin Kumar, Kelvin Maroa. The interesting part about reading these names is that when we interact in some of the other forums or you send me emails or LinkedIn messages, I would be able to relate more. So that's good part of reading these names as well as you provide feedbacks. So congratulations to all the winners, both experienced and new for the Global Alpha competition.
Thank you. And we have Wesley with us today. Wesley, if you are with us and you could share your experience.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, Wesley. Please go ahead.
My name is Wesley, and from Kenya. I'm happy to get this opportunity to have a word with you, and I'm also happy to be among the top consultants in the Global Alpha Competition 2025. It's a tough journey, but it requires one to be very persuasive and hardworking, and doing some research from the community side to achieve this. I've been there. I've been in a master level since January, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. To achieve this, I mostly try to make sure that my alphas have higher sharp, and I majorly considered my returns to drawdown ratio to be higher, probably greater than 1, and exploring different data sets, especially news sentiment, price and volume, and volatility data set. This ensured my diversification of alphas pool. Yeah. And then I avoided combining multiple uncorrelated alphas in a single alphas because if you combine different signals that cause a lot of noise, they may lead to exaggeration of common risk across the combined alpha and cancel the real nature of individual alphas. And then I utilized the API. I wasn't well conversant about the API until the webinars we had last week. I I joined the meetings for the webinar API, and I gained some little experience on how to operate it, and it has helped me since then. And I'm seeing a great change. Yeah. So currently I'm in master level, and I'm hoping that for the next upcoming Genius update, I'll be the grandmaster. So thank you for listening. Uh, Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best for the ongoing and the upcoming competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Wesley. A tough but rewarding journey. All the best for your journey. And you're already a top 10% consultant with Master for 3 consecutive quarters. So I'm very proud of you already. So the tip for everyone was to manage Sharp, manage returns to drawdown ratio, and to build the API skill set. All these have rewarded Wesley in his journey as well. One interesting fact as we were building the winner list for all of these competitions and for the PowerPool competition that we will show you is there is a certain trend that is a group of consultants in a specific community tend to focus on a specific competition, and that will become more apparent as we go into the monthly PowerPool. So you may have seen that there were a lot of India consultants who were in the experienced leaderboard of Global Alphas competition, and then a lot of Vietnam consultants in the new one. Now, once we announce the monthly PowerPool competition, you will also see clusters of consultants who are looking and leveraging their strengths, learning from each other, and specializing in certain research regions. So to recap, before I go into the announcement of the monthly PowerPool contest, this is a $15,000 a month competition where we have 8 leaderboards right now, and you have to submit or tag your PowerPool alphas, even if they were submitted earlier on, and anyone who has the best combined PowerPool performance amongst that PowerPool leaderboard would win. So let me share the results of this PowerPool competition as well. This is a slightly longer list because we have 8 leaderboards. So Caleb, Juhi, Daniel, GA rank 1, and then the rest are appearing on your screen. We will keep them up on the screen for longer after the webinar gets over as well. And of course, we will be announcing these on the platform very soon too. Right. An interesting thing that comes up is that the Kenya consultants have specialized in the Asia region, learning from each other, and the China consultants are also doing really well on the Europe region. So it's good to see all of you learning from each other, and you're also seeing opportunities to grow and expand your alpha pools in these specific regions. We also have another set of leaderboards in the monthly Power Pool competition. So I will share that on the screen now. So we have 3 more leaderboards on the screen. And here is the evident opportunity for all of you as part of this webinar. Other D1 category, which is the alphas that belong to Japan, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, Americas, for both D0 and D1, they had fewer winners this time. One opportunity is that because many consultants often miss out because their alpha descriptions do not follow the PowerPool submission template. So please take care to fill the descriptions thoughtfully. And reminder that you don't need to submit 10 brand new alphas in pure PowerPool each month. You can even tag your older alphas for the competition. And if you've been participating in PowerPool for more than 3 months, there is a submission sublimit for pure PowerPool alphas, 1 per day max and 10 per month max. But there's no sublimit if you are submitting a regular or Atom alpha that also meets the PowerPool criteria. Similarly, other delay 0 is a big opportunity for all of you. that leaderboard is open for competition, but there were no clear-cut winners in this month's iteration. So I would encourage all of you to take advantage of that because the competition there is clearly thinner. Those specific regions also have fewer consultants competing because some of those regions are visible to only masters and grandmasters. However, the China sub-region in the others leaderboard is visible to all gold, master, expert, all genius levels. So all genius levels can compete in the other delay zero competition as well. Okay, so this brings us to an end of the planned agenda. We have received many questions regarding the items that we have shared today. So I am going to just address some of those questions one by one, and then I will share my screen, and then we will look at the continue to look at the results for all of you. Okay. Now the first question that is coming in was the request on the combined alpha performance, and when will that be updated for the genius levels? So we are in the final stages of updating that score, and you will see it within the month very soon. The value factor was already updated a few weeks back. So now the combined alpha performance will also be updated very soon. Next was on the simulation speeds and submissions. Because of multiple competitions running at the same time, there can be certain periods of the day where it becomes very difficult to simulate, or it becomes slightly slower than usual. The peak periods are this time of the day, which is the Asia evening time or US morning time. If you try to submit or simulate alphas in outside these time zones, your simulation experience will be relatively faster. So please try to take advantage of other time zones as well. From our side, we are putting in place multiple things that will keep improving your user experience on a continuous basis for both simulations and submissions. Next, there was a yes.
I'm also going through all the questions, and I think many of you have raised like this slow simulation and submission point. I'm glad you addressed it. We will take a close look, and we'll see what we can do. Of course, with 10,000 people, the amount of compute we are providing is already quite huge, and overloads at some times may be causing this. But if there are any other factors that happened lately, let's look into it. Um, thank you for raising that.
Thank you, Nitish. Okay. Another question coming up as people are moving into the last few weeks of the Genius and determining their tiebreakers. One common question is, how can I maximize my community score? So, well, you're at the right place for doing that because this webinar counts for 2 points. Events is the biggest factor in community score. It accounts for 60% weightage. The number of events varies each month by university, country, or even city. So global events like these are open to everyone, but even then the time zones may make it easier for some to attend than others. So to balance this, we have provided 8 different ways for you to earn the community score, and each way is scaled by the corresponding difficulty level. So these include, you get points when people who you refer create a user account, when they create a consultant account, when they become paid consultants, when you post a high value comment, when you publish a high value post, when you attend a global webinar, an offline meetup, or other group webinars like the competition webinars. So multiple paths for you. See what works best for you and leverage the various opportunities that are available for you to maximize your community tiebreaker. Keep in mind, this is just one among the 6 tiebreakers. The other tiebreakers are also important, and all the tiebreakers at the end are normalized and then combined to get your overall tiebreaker score. So they have all equal importance in determining your overall tiebreaker score. Month on month, the base criteria, the 3 base eligibility criteria are also becoming tougher. So do optimize for your number of pyramids, number of alphas and metas, alphas and super alphas submitted, and your combined alpha performance score, which we'll be refreshing very soon as well on the platform. Okay. Another question was on the 81 datasets and how do I get access to all of them? So to recap the research region access that is there on the platform right now, master levels have access to America and Japan research regions. GMs have access to both these regions and also Hong Kong, Korea, and Taiwan regions. What this means is if the data field has a presence in only these regions, then only if you are a master and grandmaster right now, you'll be able to access them. But many data fields have presence in multiple regions at the same time, as you would have seen in the global alphas competition too. So you would be able to access the coverage in the corresponding regions as well. So not all the 81 data sets are present in all the regions. It varies by data set. So you can explore which of them have opened up for you. It's always advantageous for you to take advantage of new data sets that get published, because it's easier to beat prod correlation in the beginning, because very few people would have created signals on those. So the number of simulations hopefully needed could be fewer here, and your ideas may click faster and in fewer iterations. Okay. There are requests to share the leaderboard again. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and you will have that on the platform. We'll keep cycling through the slides as well so that you can keep seeing those. Okay. Okay. There's a next question on how do you improve the combined alpha performance? For the people who have joined in again, the combined alpha performance is not a single metric. It's the maximum of 2-3 metrics. We compute the combined alpha performance of all the alphas that you have submitted since you became a consultant. Then we compute the performance of your power pool alphas alone that you have tagged as of, say, this date. And third, we have our own algorithm to select value adding alphas amongst your submissions, and then we compute the performance of those as well. The max of these three values is then used to compute a final combined alpha performance. Uh, we saw in the last opportunity webinar, many of you use your own power pool as well to boost your overall signal strength. So please continue to do that and use your power pool tagging thoughtfully, because that will uh, impact not only your power pool competition results, but your genius levels as well. Okay. Next, and again, a very common question, is there an advantage of submitting pure power pool alphas versus regular or atom alphas? The ideal alpha is the one which, say, is simple like an atom or a power pool, but also meets the summation thresholds of a regular alpha, which means it has fewer operators, fewer data fields as required by a power pool and atom, but has higher performance thresholds like minimum fitness, sharp, tight turnover and returns thresholds. Now, if you have such an alpha, you won't even be exhausting your power pool quota. You will be well within your 4 alphas a day sublimit and without exhausting your one power pool, pure power pool alpha a day or 10 pure power pool alphas a month limit. So those are the ideal ones that you should be aiming to submit. It's a simple guidance, but it's not easy. It's very difficult without doing extensive research to come up with innovative ideas, which is why we periodically open up new data fields for you, such as we did right now, to expand your opportunities there. Okay. For the people who missed out on going to IQC among the consultants, how can they understand what's happening in IQC? Well, we expect a lot of the consultants who are going to be your ambassadors in IQC to share their experience with you, either through social media or on the brain forums. So hopefully you will feel a part of that. So I would expect each of them would carry their own learnings and unique experiences, and you should watch out for those as time comes on social media and on the brain forums as well. Okay. What are the plans for the consultant community now that we're hitting 10,000? Nitish has alluded to this in the past as well. We will increasingly become more selective in the uh, people we onboard as consultants. This continues to remain an elite community of quant talent across the world. So more updates to follow within the next couple of webinars, where we will uh, show you what needs to be done to become a consultant and what needs to be done to maintain your accesses as a consultant as well.
Yeah, to add a little more there, so we can assure you that it won't come as a surprise that one day you are just removed from the platform because we have 10,000 other people performing stronger than you or more committed to the program. So But one thing is that we will actually be watching the activity and the quality of the submissions. We want to keep the community very exclusive and high quality. So there is an intent that we will not hire more than 10,000 consultants. And if individuals are inactive or not very regular, we want to give place to the individuals who want to do more. So uh, now you have the access, you were able to become the part of the community much sooner, so you should continue to retain your position by staying active. And the new consultants that we will acquire will be in the wait list, so some people from the existing list will have to move out for them to get a position to move in. So that will become a thing going forward. We are working on the details of this, but it will be good that you're asking this question for you to know to stay prepared for this and work harder.
Thank you, Nitish. So a question on the waitlist coming and maybe relevant for you is why 10,000?
So we will expand this 10,000 too. As of today, we are seeing that there are 4,500 people signing in on a daily basis. So as the engagement levels increase and the length of wait list grows too long too, we will expand this 10,000 as well. But I don't see that happening in the near term. It will happen in the longer term, because we just want to make sure that this community is an active, exclusive community that is helping each other. To strengthen that, we feel that 10,000, because we're almost there, is a good benchmark to achieve, and then grow it over time as the interest from the world grows. So there will be a little evolution in our strategy here as well, as more data will come to us.
Thank you, Nitish. And for more details from people asking, the referral program continues as is for now. But if there are changes, we'll give you a warning ahead of time. But the way things stand, referrals continue to count for your community score and for the referral leaderboard. That persists as is, as you see the guidelines on the platform.
Yes, we are not going to stop the recruitment. That is why I'm using the term waitlist to highlight that the qualified individuals will have to wait more before kicking off their background checks. They will have to prove more than what our first 10,000 had to prove to become a part of this community.
Excellent. Thank you, Nitish. All right. I think this concludes the general questions that we have received. We will continue to stay on and answer any other questions that we see in the pipeline. Meanwhile, all the best for the competition that is going live for the Merged Alpha Performance Competition. We'll be back with you in October to share more updates and more competitions, and hopefully an update about IQC as well. All right. Thank you, everyone. The video will close while the Q&A will remain on.